Welcome, welcome, boys. This is my 1989 Chevy Camaro RS that I recently purchased. Facebook Marketplace. This will be a new addition to the channel, but this isn't going to be a how-to-do stuff series. It's going to essentially be a restoration series, because this thing needs some restoration, because this will be my most prized possession when we're done with it. I don't have the piece of paper on me, and I don't remember everything it has on it. So, the best I can remember off the top of my head, it has some sort of, I think, scat crank, some sort of cam. I don't remember the numbers, like 525 or something like that cam. It's a 355, so it's bored 30 over. That carburetor that's on there is no good. It is a Holley Street Avenger 750, but the one I need to get on there is a Street Series 650 with mechanical secondaries. This thing has vacuum secondaries. It does crank over. I have heard it run when you dump gas straight down into the carburetor. But the problem is some knucklehead. Well, I made a short. If you want to know what the problem is with that, you can go see the short on my channel about that. This thing has a crack in it, so any coolant that goes in there just leaks out, but there is some in the radiator. But currently, I can't really start it and drive it, which is a mild inconvenience because it is parked not very conveniently next to the town car here, with plenty of space on this side before we even get to the edge of the carport. But the car is heavy. I can't push it by myself. Me and Steve couldn't push it. We had to have the neighbor help us even push it into this spot, which kind of sucks. And because it has a neutral safety switch, I can't just like put the car in reverse and crank it and get it to back up on its own, because you have to push the clutch in, so that's a no good. And since it won't run, you know, we can't have nice things. Paint's not great, but that's okay. It's going to be repainted anyway. I'm thinking rapid blue, like those new modern C8 Corvettes are. I'm going to have to put those beastly steel hinges on there, because as you see, we have the that gap here where the hood or the hatch kind of moves over that way. And I don't know what's up with these. Like, there was another spoiler here at some point in time, because there's a spoiler here, so I don't know what's up with that. The exhaust is going to have to be new, because this pipe's all bent. The rear end that's in it is out of a 4th gen. So it's a 4th gen. I think it's like a 342 or 344, something like that, gear ratio. It does have IROC wheels on it. And then this is the blue that it is. That's the blue that it was. And then the blue I'm going to repaint it. Like I said, it's probably going to be rapid blue, unless you guys can come up with another better blue. Body is mostly solid, though. There's no rust. Like I said, we just got to get this gap figured out. I mean, there's a little bit of surface rust in here, but, you know, that's no big deal. We got like a ding there. You know, we got to get some body work done there. The front ain't the greatest. We got, I guess, prior damage, which is what that's all cracked from, I guess. I'm guessing that it was hit in the front or on the side or something. This fender was probably bondoed. And then I'm guessing when that happened and somebody got out of the car, the fender was pushed up against here. So then when this opened, it bent that back. So that's going to have to either be fixed, or I'm going to have to replace this door, one or the other. Probably going to put those flush door handles on here, maybe. Does have crank windows, which is great. T-tops. Interior, it's all gonna be probably replaced, only because it looks like we got like cigarette burns or something going on in here on the driver's seat, and we can't have that when I restore this thing. It does have a Intellitronics digital dash, and apparently I don't need the keys to start this thing since now. Okay. Apparently the speedometer doesn't work, which means the odometer also doesn't work. So I got to figure that out. There's this other weird pod here that says GPS. I know these Intellitronics, you can get some sort of GPS way to wire this so that your speed's done by GPS instead of off of the the computer. I don't know what this is all about, because I can't get the engine to run to see if it actually, the RPMs are correct or not when it runs, but it just says 8-cylinder, 5,500 RPM, even though it's not running. This shifter's got to go. I got to figure out what's going on with this thing, because whoever put this in here, like, incredibly stupidly. So, like, even if I don't have my fingers around here, okay, one, if you hold it like this and try to shift, you're going to bash your knuckles into this faceplate. But even if you don't, like, look at this. It hits the knob, and it starts changing my settings. Yeah, so that's not going to work. So I got to figure out something. I got to get like a different pivot position or something here so that this thing can actually go through the gears without crashing in. But it is a 5-speed. It's a T5 with all new gear set and whatever else is done too. Yeah, so this is reverse. So it's in reverse now, which is like straight up and down in the middle. On a normal car, this would be neutral. So I got to fix that, because I'm not going to keep hitting the radio every time I go to the first. And then I got to figure out what to do with this. Neutral safety switch is going to go. That way you can just crank the engine over and start it. And I got to do something with this clutch, because this thing, like, I'm seated in my comfortable position, but my leg has to be almost completely straight for the clutch to be all the way in. So, like, yeah, that's not going to work. I got to figure a way to make this clutch pedal not travel so far. So we'll burn that bridge when we get there. But it's going to be a pretty long process to get this thing completely restored. Also, what's up with this, like, shag carpet or whatever this thing is on the side on these pillars? Is this normal? Is this like factory? Do these come with that? I don't know. You third gen guys, you let me know. But anyway, I guess that's a brief tour of it. So we will eventually get this thing up and running and restored, but it's probably going to take a couple years, 2 years at least. We shall see. But all right, just a quick video of the new Camaro. A little bit more to come on this, but number one priority is either getting that carburetor fixed after he screwed it up so that this thing can start and run and get it to my house, or replace the carburetor and just swap it, do a few other things to get it to run to get to my house. But we'll burn that bridge when we get there. So I'll catch you boys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.